I wonder and get upset. Certain things I wonder about. I used to tell my son that his generation had no thoughts of their own and just wanted to be like my generation, making the same mistakes, but without creating anything of value. Hippie wannabe types. What a bunch of idiots. Now, as I look back on that generation, I see some of the best and most creative minds to have ever come out of history. Just think about it. During my generation, we got color TV in some of the homes with 3 channels we could watch. In his generation, we got cable TV and so many channels that we can't choose what to watch. In my generation, we had calculators that cost thousands of dollars and were so big and heavy that there wasn't anything such as a portable. In his generation, we got calculators that you could hold in your hand. Hey, what about computers? In my generation, a computer took a whole room. It could only be talked to in code. In his generation, a computer can be held in your hand and you can talk to it and it will talk back. Now, what about cars? Sometimes things don't get better. During my generation, cars didn't have computers, and if they broke down, you could just either repair it yourself, or there always was a backyard mechanic somewhere who could fix it without much trouble. You could find parts inexpensively in a junkyard, so no problem. In this generation, cars are so full of computers that everything takes a specialist, and they usually tell you that the part has to be changed. Mechanics, instead of fixing the part, have to replace it. Most of them should be called automobile part replacers instead of automobile mechanics. Pollution, global warming. See Al Gore, 'cause I don't give a crap. Also, in my generation, if something was broke, well, you either fixed it, replaced it, or had someone do it without asking for permission. In this generation, if something is broke, you have to be sure you don't need some sort of permit to get the job done. Now for an example. My hot water heater exploded, so I needed a new one. No problem, right? Just go to the store and buy one and have them install it, right? No problem buying it. But getting it installed, well, there's the problem. Easy enough to find someone to install it. Heck, the store could even provide someone, that is, after the permit was issued by the city. Let's see. The water heater was in my house, where nobody could see it, and I just wanted to ensure that it was installed properly, so I wanted a licensed contractor to install it. So why do I need a permit? I could have just bought it and tried to install it myself, or maybe have another amateur try to do it. Now that would have been dangerous. But because I was having a licensed contractor, I needed a permit to have it installed. What a ripoff. An extra $75 to the government, and a waste of my time going to the courthouse, waiting in line to get a permit without anybody even looking at the area I wanted to put it in. Again, what a rip. So now that I've totally got off the subject that I started to talk about, and am upset, I will try to sum up what I was originally wondering about. Generations seem to hold special memories for those who lived in them, and it is wonderful to look back and even forward. The current generation is now coming almost all grown up, and I look at them wondering if they will amount to anything at all. Nothing I see shows me that there are any new inventions coming from this group. I see social group sites such as Facebook and Twitter, and while they're helping to make the world a smaller place, but they are just programs on previously created inventions. I see hippie wannabes occupying parks with a gimme gimme attitude, failing to create or work for anything of their own. Some kids consider themselves as kids into their 40s, when other kids are fighting and dying as adults for the country in their teens. Kids go back to the saying of old enough to fight, old enough to whatever it is they want to do. I call bullshit on that one. Old enough doesn't have anything to do with it. If you are actually serving and protecting, then you deserve the praise and glory and whatever it is, but it has nothing to do with being old enough. Or I see the old blame the parents and accept no responsibility crap. What a bunch of crap that is. There I go, thinking, wondering, and getting upset again.